crimson clad.
Hello, friends. Hi. Hey, welcome to Fullforce Radio. So I didn't tweet, but I see some of you are here anyways. We're getting to where we need to be. If you were watching the stream somewhere before the stream started, you will notice shit was bouncing all over the place. Fun new update. On this show, if you've ever started watching me live stream, which I hope you have, and if you haven't, well, I hope you will enjoy it. Hey, hard agree. Damn right. Yeah, I do. Hello, friends. So Clay, Crystal's here, Lacey, hi to all of you. Listen, here's the deal. One of the most fun things about this show is you come, I start the live stream, and then I immediately fuck up. That's like a normal thing. You guys are getting pretty used to that, right? Well, here's the thing. Discord has started a new update that every time I jump into Discord so that I'm visible. But listen, so the reason that I bring this up is because Discord has done my favorite thing and updated itself. And so when I jumped in earlier, hi, Mr. D. You're hearing a bit of feedback. You're not. You're hearing my fan. I don't have a noise gate installed, which is unfortunate, which is something that I'm going to have to do. Got nothing on my end. I'm hoping that means you've got no problems, not no sound. Hey, Viking Adventure. Hi, everybody just joining us. Hi. You're not late at all. We literally just started. And I'm explaining all of the dumb shit that's immediately going wrong. So here's the deal. Discord is one of the places that many people chat, but big shout out to Vim TV because it's my favorite place to stream. I'm getting ready. There's Theta. There's all of the place. Yes, YouTube. It's good. Okay, good. I'm glad. Good job, friends. High five. We figured it out. It took a bunch of us, but we did. So here's the deal. I just tried to jump into the live on air room in the Discord for MSP Waves. For some of you, this means something. For some of you, it doesn't. And as soon as I do, it changes my headset and will not allow me to listen to Spotify. The streaming can hear it. You guys can hear it. I can't hear it. Now, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to figure out what kind of settings to, put together to fix that because I'm not doing this show and letting only you guys enjoy the sound. The whole point of this show is so that I can listen to music too. I got great stuff for you tonight. I'm really excited. I got lots of music that didn't make it into last night's playlist. Last week? I don't know. Time is a flat circle. It is a spherical square. Time. It doesn't make any sense anyways. So the reality comes down to, what about Ron? Is he muted? He's not. That's a good point. So maybe, baby, it's Ron. I'm just going to server mute him just for a second till he figures it out. But regardless, I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm going to figure out what to do, but it means I'm not going to be able to jump in the live on air room. So we got to get all our buddies going on. And another magical thing that's going to happen, I am going to post tonight that we are doing this on Vim. So let's see if that makes any change. We're doing it now. I press the button. Ah! All right. So theoretically, that's going to help us out. And I'm really excited. Because I got lots of good music for you guys tonight. No theme, just a bunch of shit that is hopefully going to be pretty fun. And so the camera is actually fixed. Let me know if you're watching the live stream, because I see a bunch of you are. If you're watching the live stream, let me know if it looks okay. I mean, I look pretty like me, which I know is a problem, but put up with it. So Clay, thank you. You're staring at my head. Good. And not anything else. Good man. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play a lot of music tonight. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. And I got lots of heavy metal for you guys. So we'll figure out the new problem. It's fine. Every week something gets updated. Every week something gets broken. And you know what? I'm fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. Nothing goes right ever. And I accept that. And you know what? I adapt. I'm flexible. Take that as you will. So this week, I've got lots of fun stuff. And for those of you who want to know what's going on, I have a couple different things I want to talk about. I have some kind of industrial music from last week that we didn't get a chance to. Fabulous. Great. Perfect. I've got some industrial music from last week that didn't make it in. I have some, I've got some really spacey prog. I've got some crazy, like, out of control guitar solos and like progressive music tonight that I'm really excited to share with you guys. Some long ones too. We're going straight to outer space. Julia's here, so we gotta respect our alien pals. And then I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about Satan. Now, many of you are going to immediately go, oh my God, she's the devil. Hey, oh my gosh, there's so many cool people here. This is exciting. I'm glad to see you guys jumping in. And so, woo, space metal. So one of the things that I was going to talk about and that we will talk about, and this is not Normok will be okay and all of you will be okay. Satan is one of those things that comes up in metal a lot. He just does. That's a thing that happens, and that's okay. And part of the reason that I want to talk about this is because Satan is a little bit of this weird sort of agent of counterculture. And so I saw some stuff coming up. Obviously, I was listening to some music. Somebody sent me a meme this week, and I was just thinking about this. And I thought we'd talk about this towards the end of the show, because I know immediately everybody's going to be like, Illuminati cabal running the world. You're a demon. You're converting people to Satanism. And no, that's absolutely not it. But I think there's sort of this interesting human historical lore that goes along with God and goes along with Satan and these agents of engagement with the world. Their context, right? The way that we've created God and Satan, they're literally context for how we live our lives and what's good and what's bad. That red hair. Yeah, thanks for noticing. Can you tell when I brush my hair and then I don't fuck it up? Look at how nice it is. So anyways, listen, long story short is I'm not trying to convert you to Satanism. I'm not trying to convert you to Christianity. Buddha doesn't need you if you don't need him. Whatever you want to do. But I thought we'd talk about this in terms of how it shapes music, how these figures came to exist, and especially in the case of metal, which is about as counterculture as you can get these days, punk and metals, and, rap now too. I thought we'd talk about that sort of like big, cartoony, red, angry horn, stupid, pointy trident Satan that kind of comes up, that has become this caricature that shapes a lot of our modern entertainment. So it's fine. Don't worry. It's okay. You'll be okay if you come hang out here. You will not immediately be smote. You might get smitten, but not smote. So, cool thing is I got lots of music for you tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. It runs the gamut. So there'll be some harder stuff. There'll be some softer stuff. I briefly did think about taking you guys back down the proto-metal route. I was thinking of playing some Wishbone Ash for you, but I suspect I'm actually going to spin that out into another show, another history of metal show for another day. So let's have some fucking fun. Let's play some music. You guys are here. It is Fullforce Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. This is like this crazy, stupid live stream where I play a lot of music. I talk a lot of shit. We have fun. It's me, the community, and a whole lot of heavy metal going into your ears with what? Full force. So, I have lots of stuff on the playlist tonight, and I'm thinking that I am actually going to start with something that's kind of like space industrial. And it's a band that I've played for you before. They're called Starkill. And they are, they're like, the way I found them is they actually did a North American tour with Dark Tranquillity. And so they are this kind of like techno, corpse paint, rocket ship, industrial music. And it's good fun stuff. It's like fantasy or power metal, but with a little bit of an edge to it. So yeah, wait, an Amon Amarth t-shirt? Yes, an Amon Amarth t-shirt, because of course. And you guys know, anybody that stays for the live stream, you know that the shirt usually indicates something you're going to hear on the playlist tonight. So we may or may not have spoiled everything. So we're going to start with some Starkill. We're going to get in. We're going to have some fun. And the dog, you can't, maybe you could just see his butt down here, but he's there. That's his butt. And we'll have some pizza. We'll have some fun, and we'll play some loud music. So what do you guys fucking think? Let's do it. And then I'll go do the tweet twat thing so we can have more friends here and we can bump up the community. I got some other cool news for you, but we should just music. Let's music. Starting the night with a band called Starkill. I thought I thought we could start with something called Cloudless, because frankly, here where I am on the best coast of Vancouver, BC, in Canada, it has been stunning. The skies are blue, the sun is shining, there's not a fucking cloud in the sky, and it's not even summer yet. So for me, this is the perfect time of year because I will explode in heat. I'm a heat baby. Are you a heat baby? Can you stand heat? Can you do like either extreme cold or extreme heat? And which would you prefer? If you had to die by either extreme heat or extreme cold, what would you choose? I would choose cold, hands down, for sure. Because, I mean, let's just start with that existential question. How do you want to die on Fullforce Radio? not going to be able to unpause in time, and then you're going to know. I'm sorry. Listen, this is what happens when you start chewing on pizza before things get going. Hey, my name's Crimson Clad. Welcome to the stream. I see people jumping on all over the place. I hope you are having an awesome night. here's the deal. Here's what I do, just between you and me. We'll turn this. Just between you and me and the wall. Thursday nights, I hang out. Thursday nights, Friday morning, whatever time it is for you, right now. I have a show called Fullforce Radio. It's not really radio. It's this new weird thing. And MSP Waves is what started it all. It's a network built on top of the Hive blockchain, and it is the coolest fucking thing. And Ron and all the rest keep it running. But the idea is social, interactive broadcasting. It's live streaming. It's radio. It's 24/7 entertainment. And me, I'm just one of the hosts. So at this time, me as a host, I play metal music for you, and most of you fucking know that. So, I'm doing the thing. I'm saying hi to all you guys jumping in. I'm letting you know what's going on. But the reality is, yeah. Here you go. Welcome. So, cool stuff in the wings. Next week, I'm going to actually start streaming to Theta as well. I'm starting to work on the Vim stuff because I really, really want to push decentralized streaming. I know I'm not supposed to say that. Live streamers aren't supposed to go against the behemoth that is Twitch or the YouTube. But the reality is, man, I want you guys to enjoy all this cool ass music. I want you to enjoy everything that I do. And I want you to enjoy it in a way that is free and owned by you and potentially maybe even lucrative. God damn it. So, metal and stuff. I thought I would play, or at least I tried for some of the tracks tonight to pick up some positivity. With the sun coming out, the world is... There's lots of bad stuff in the world, and we're not going to go down that particular route. But, there are some things that are getting more positive. And so for us here, there is a hope that pretty soon a lot of the restrictions are going to be lifted. Like I said, the sun is shining. And the lyrics in that track, my heart beats, sun meets my eyes, and finally a cloudless sky. My heart bleeds through darkest night, but finally a cloudless sky. And for you guys, if you were here for the Earth Day show, I gave you a little pep talk and I said, listen, whatever you're doing is good enough. Life is fucking hard right now. Everybody's going to tell you you're doing wrong, you're doing bad, you use too much energy, the things that you like are stupid and expensive, you're killing the planet, you're killing your friends. Try your best. Take care of the people around you. And like I said then, and like I will say again now, things will get better. You are awesome. And you are actively making a positive impact on the world around you. So don't listen to what them fuckers say. Everybody else, what they think of you, it's none of your damn business. So we will continue on tonight. I'm going to play a lot of great music for you. We're going to have a good time. You guys better tell me if I have pizza in my teeth, especially now that the camera's like fuck off huge and HD. And it actually will be getting huger. I'm redesigning the overlay a little bit because I am going to be doing more streaming, hopefully. So yeah. If I end up with some like big ass piece of pizza in my teeth, promise me you'll tell me. Yeah, the best dog. There he is. Kicking it. This is how much he loves my show. So, that's fine. Now. He is the best dog. I got lots of dog stuff to talk about tonight, too. Now, one thing, that I kind of wanted to go over with you guys because it's a neat and strange thing that I don't know that I brought up earlier is that there are a lot of bands out there now who are making do with live streams. And there is one coming up that is quite surprising to me, and I meant to mention it and I never got around to it. So I'm hoping that some of you guys at least will find it entertaining. But I would have gave her mine. Oh, yes. Did I get a stream key from Theta? Yeah. I just didn't get it set up tonight. So next week it'll be happening. Don't even worry about it. So yeah, things are happening. Things are good. But before we go down that road, yeah, baby metal. Not my favorite, but I know a lot of people like them and they're fun and they're engaging. So that fucking counts for something. But here, the dealio, forget about baby metal. We're talking about my stuff. The band that I'm talking about that is a little weird is Emperor. Now, many of you guys know, obviously, Emperor is kind of one of the most important metal acts, one of the most important black metal acts in sort of the history of the development of metal. And you guys all know I have a big fucking fangirl crush on Izon. But it was as the entire world kind of turned its eyes towards Norway and black metal was exploding and all the weird shit was happening, everybody started really paying attention to mayhem, of course, murders and intrigue and, you know, all of the things that were going on and church burnings. And was it easy? It used to be hard. I had some inside help, of course. I had somebody go to bat for me over at Theta. And we all know who it was, right? Anarchist, right? So everything's going to be good. Next week it'll be all set up. But so the problem with you guys keeping interrupting is we're losing our dramatic tension talking about Emperor. So when we look way back, Emperor was part of that scene. Everything that was kind of happening in Norway and around the black metal, church burning, you know, pre-Christian, pagan worship of everything that was earth and fire and blood and winter and all that good shit. Emperor was there. Inazan was there. And so this is one of those bands that has been around since the mid-90s and is generally considered hugely important. Now, of course, Izan, unrelated to tonight's main sort of topic, is probably one of the most outspoken Satanists in the world. But Izan does a lot of cool stuff. He's come up in a lot of shows. I've shared a lot of his music with you because I love his jazz influences. I love his experimental sounds. He's a really interesting, intelligent, well-spoken and thoughtful person. So I feel like he's got a lot to give the world. Well, here's Emperor getting back together, which is very exciting, for a live stream. And that's going to be on the 23rd. Now, some of you guys only come to my show because you love me and you hate my music, and I appreciate you. But if you're interested in even anything metal, this is kind of a big deal. This is a cool, interesting, better sort of experience for anybody who didn't get a chance to really connect with this stuff in the 90s. So that's on May 23rd. For me, it says here it's Sunday at 11 a.m. So I guess for everybody on the East Coast, that's going to be, fucked if I know what, 12, 1, 2 p.m. And for people overseas, UTC time, 6 p.m. on Sunday, May 23rd. So just keep it in your mind because I feel like it's going to be an awesome thing. And so I thought, you know, I want to play you something from early Emperor. And I thought about playing some of the stuff off the really formative albums from way back then. And then I thought, no, I'm going to be a giant dingus and I'm going to play a ridiculous cover of one of my favorite songs. So this is a weird sort of mashup of things that I love put together in your guys' ears. Now, if you've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, 5 years, however long it's been, many years of force, I've been forcing you for a long time. One of my favorite songs is actually Gypsy, right? I fucking love King Diamond. I mean, I've played Gypsy for you guys and Merciful Fate many times. You guys know, you see that screaming skull on the cover. You hear that screaming King Diamond. And you know it's coming. Well, I thought, God, it's nothing but memes in the chat. Hi, Shane. Yes, you. Absolutely you. It's good to see you. Of course, every time Shane shows up, I feel bad because I drive him away. There's actually some cool shit that Shane would like tonight, but it's not now, friend. So I am going to tie these two things that I love together. And I am going... I am indeed going to, I got the Vim up, what up? There you go. It happened. I did the thing. I'm going to tie these two things that I love together. And that is, I am going to play a cover by Emperor of Merciful Fate's Gypsy. This is cool. I know I'm a constant disappointment to you, Shane, and I do apologize for it. I do. I'm sorry. Get used to it. You should be used to constant disappointment. But so this is kind of a weird thing, and this is off an album from 1994. So this is actually even before the church burnings and everything got rolling. 1996 is when things really exploded in Norway. And that was sort of that Lords of Chaos time where things really, 96, 97, things were really spiraling out of the control. The world was being launched into satanic panic. But here's Emperor actually putting out this incredibly sort of satanic, occultist, space, nature album, with the last track on the album being a cover of Merciful Fate. So, let's put these things together. Let's play this track. It's a little bit, it was the year you were born. You see that? Lacey comes into the world and everything goes completely fucking insane. You're right, it does make sense. The heathens were all out at full strength, at full force, if you will, and it's all explained. I mean, Lacey was brought into this world with fire and blood and brimstone, and now you're here and you're a hot babe doing cool stuff, hanging out on Fullforce Radio. I like this. This makes sense. And the rest of you are super hot babes too. So I'm going to play this track for you because I love it. I love Gypsy. It's a great track. This is much faster. It's got an up-tempo pace. It's kind of creepy and weird. And it's Emperor and Merciful Fate put together. And I fucking love it. It's a perfect fit for Full Force Radio. I got lots of music for you guys tonight. I hope we can get through all of it. I'm really excited to have you here. And we'll chat about some cool shit coming up. Like I say, I want to talk about Satan as an agent of counterculture. And dogs. Yes, there we go. I'm super sad that that song's not longer. Any version of it, every version of that should just be the 10-hour YouTube remix. So, hey, welcome to Full Force Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. I was trying to do a tweet. Listen, My goal, and I say this every fucking Lady Crimitrescu. Yes, I'm going to put this on the overlay because there are some killer Photoshops going. Hi, Trinkowski and everybody else who's joining. Now, Crypto Gamers, you mentioned that you have not been here for a live show before, so that's cool. And you also mentioned that you have a super cool roommate who's been a fan of this show, so I would like you to out them so I can say hi. I did. I'm going to start really kind of trying to make a lot of content with Vim, work with Vim, and kind of start really hyping up these shows. But I suck at it. So the reality is I meant to make a tweet tonight and I didn't. So, baby steps. There's a lot of things coming down the pipe and there's a lot of things converging at once. And I'm pretty excited for it. It's just you guys that have been here watching it develop have been waiting for 4 years. So for you, you're like, fuck this shit. You're terrible. Get it together. Me, I'm proud of myself because I pushed a go live button tonight. So, let's try and temper our expectations and meet in the middle and everyone will be happy, right? Be happy. All right. So I had lots of stuff to talk about tonight. And one of the things that I was John, you leveled up and I don't have a drink up here. Okay. So next track, I'm going to pull the headphones off. And I'm going to immediately run and get alcohol because I desperately need to take a shot for John. That's ridiculous. I have to. I have to do it. Thank you. Yes, I'm doing the thing. It's slow, but we're getting there. But the first thing that we have to do before anything else is put Clay's amazing... Jesus. Clay's amazing thing up on the overlay. So let's save that. I will put it up during the next song and we're going to have a good time. Keto pizza. Yeah, I know. But you know what, Clay? You're doing awesome. You look amazing. You're going to be so healthy and happy. And I think you're cool. And you know what? Keto pizza is pretty good too. I'm just a fat girl and I eat pizza. Awkwardly. So, put it over your cam image while you're running out to get booze. I like this idea. It's a good idea. Now, since nobody wants to listen to hear me chew, I have some stuff that I want to talk to you guys about tonight. And one of those things is the fact that I had... You want to watch me choke on air too? Good Lord. I had no idea that Andrew WK was dating anyone, let alone that Kat Denning girl. I don't really know. Is it a MukHeadBang? Oh, that's going to be the name of tonight's show. That's fucking amazing. How have we never thought of that? Somebody probably has, but we haven't, and I'm coining that. Hashtag MukHeadBang. It's happening. It's completely happening. Absolutely. We're stealing that. It's ours now. Crimson Clad, hashtag MukHeadBang. Okay. So one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about is, I don't care. People can love people. People can get married. But Andrew WK is getting married, and it makes me so happy because he's marrying that Kat Denning chick, and she's got giant boobs. She's really sarcastic and has a big round head. And I just feel like if she can do it, there's hope for all of us because, God damn it, Andrew WK went from being kind of like a normal looking guy to the most fucking jacked dude on earth to like a normal looking guy again. And now these days, I don't know if you've seen him. He's looking like an absolute romance novel. You don't know who either of them are. Andrew WK is the gentleman that did the track Party Hard. And we've featured some of his music on the show before. He's a really cool dude. He makes what is probably kind of like fun, light, barely metal, but maybe a little bit rock and roll, and a bunch of really party-centric music, which is good fucking fun. But at the same time, he also writes like a metal advice column. And one of the things he's been doing for a long time is he legitimately writes in the paper like an Anne or Abby or whatever the fuck. He writes metal advice for people about loving yourself, about, overcoming depression, about being cool, being excellent to each other. And it's just like, good for him. Good for fucking him. And also Kat Denning. Jesus Christ, she's hot. I don't know what she's in. I think she was in Thor one time. Sugarfix, I haven't seen you for ages. Hey, man. I feel like briefly she was in Thor. Maybe. I'm pretty sure. Possibly? Doesn't matter. But yeah, I just thought, That's delightful. Andrew WK deserves happiness. He's been on our show. We've played some of his music for our party episodes. Yeah, exactly. Be excellent to each other. And I thought that was nice. We need nice things tonight, and there will be lots of nice things coming. So, listen, we're half an hour into the show. I got an hour and a half with you. I got a lot of great music that I want to play. I also do have to fill up. I got to take a shot for John. We got to talk about more shit tonight. And I want to play something that didn't make last week's playlist. Now, do you think I'm going to be able to fucking say this? The answer is I'm not, but it's from a band called Amatory, and I'm a big fan of these guys, and I have played them for you before. They are a Russian kind of industrial core band. Well, here's the deal. Their bio in most places, all in Russian. Their song names, all in Russian. Their songs themselves, all in Russian. Do you think I'm going to be able to tell you anything about them? I'm not at all. But they're fucking great. So, in the interest of getting some industrial kind of crunchy stuff tonight, I thought that I would play some Amatory. Now, you know, here's the thing. I have part of my heritage, part of my background. Crypto gamers, you're not John. Oh, Crypto gamers, was it you that leveled up? Why did I think it was John? I betrayed you. You typed John, and I thought you were John. Look, I keep all my brains in here, and it looks big, but it's a lot of empty space. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not a traitor. I'll fix it. But you literally leveled up on John's name. I'm sorry, crypto gamers. And, you know, it just... It's fine. I will have a shot for both of you. We'll do that. That's fine. We'll sort it out by having a shot for both of you. But here's the deal. I'm going to put this up on the overlay. I have a background in, Ukrainian. So for a little while, my grandma, while she was still alive, was teaching me to read Cyrillics, or at least understand some of the sounds of Cyrillics. Well, the reality is I learned very little. And if I were to read this phonetically, it looks like Sher B An, which obviously is the name of the song. That's very clearly the name of the song. How could it not be? But because it isn't, once it goes up on the overlay, you guys can tell me what it translates to. But it is off a brand new album from Amatory. It's a single release. So this is in advance of obviously a longer effort that's going to be coming later in 2021. And I'm here for it. So I always try to play some music for new music for you guys tonight. I usually don't focus on a lot of industrial, so I thought, fuck it, let's just do it. Like, motherland! And we'll play this music and we'll see what you think. I don't know what to call it. I don't know how to say it. So, I don't know. This song by Amatory. That song ended before the timer on Spotify. So I thought I had more time to chew and swallow. Hey, there you go. So Amatory, I'm down with it. I'm here for it. New music, and I'm looking forward to a whole album of that type of thing. So listen, my name's Crimson Clad. This is my goofy metal show. You guys are so cool. I see quite a few people hanging out here today. Theta isn't going. Why say something in 2 lines when you could bore them to death in 55? I'm not sure if you're talking about the fact that I'm a little verbose, but if you are, yes, point taken. That is fair. So here's the deal, my friends. I've got more music for you tonight. Oh, it's because Trin. Yeah, and you know what? Being verbose is fine. So one of the lurkers has let me know. He very helpfully looked it up on IMDb. Hi, lurker friend. I miss you. I hope I see you in the real world sometime soon. Let me know. But he also let me know that that IMDb, yes, she was in Thor. So here's the deal. We have solved the. I'm looking for my. We've solved the John problem. John, the asshole, and crypto gamers are both named John. This is ridiculous. Are you the same person? Are you here with like 2 aliases? Do you have 2 avatars in Discord? I have so many questions. However, I'm fine with it because I'm going to have a quick drink for you, and I'm going to have a quick drink for John. Johns. Cheers, Johns. Who's the dog sat on your pizza? He left. I didn't give him enough pizza. So cheers to you. This is really good. You know, I say this a lot, and it's probably because it's actually pretty weak. It's only like 4.7%. So it's not exactly a strong beer. But this was Trooper. Robinson Brewery in England got together with Iron Maiden to make some ridiculous themed merchandise. And I have to say, it's a premium British beer. But she's a gooder. So every time it comes into stock, I buy a buttload of it and then I power through it. So it's a perfect fit for tonight. Round Bear Games. Oh my goodness. Now I'm starting to see some people come in that I haven't seen in ages. I'm so glad you're here. My name? Oh, I get it. I understand now. All right. So listen, my name's Crimson Clad. This is Fullforce Radio on Thursday nights, Friday mornings, whatever time it is for you right now. I'm live on the live stream. I'm in your ears. Maybe I'm in your eyeballs. And I bring you heavy metal, hard rock, Sass talk, and hopefully a really good time. So you guys are doing your thing. I just played you some Russian rap new metal core, and I got a big pile of new stuff tonight. But earlier on, I had mentioned Satan as an agent of counterculture, and so one of the things that kind of is cracking me up over the course of this last week is, of course, he pops up in metal music all the time. But one of the apps that I really, really like. Oh, you got horrible food poisoning? Round Bear, tell us how you got food poisoning. Tell every single one of us so we can all commiserate with you / laugh at you. And I'm hoping it was something embarrassing. Like bonus points if you ate something really dumb, like a 4-day-old grilled cheese sandwich off your floor, and now you have food poisoning. But here's the deal. So we were talking about Satan a little earlier, and he comes up in music all the time. So am I celebrating the beer market? You better believe it. Bulls, bears, and beers forever. This is my life. Crypto? Absolutely. So, we'll continue. So, somebody sent me a meme, and I'm gonna find it for you guys, and I'll try and put it up on the overlay. But it was another kind of like Satan thing, and it was basically I got a couple. Everybody sends me yes, the triple B, bulls, bears, and beers, or bulls, bears, and babes. Bulls, beers, and babes. Yeah, no bears here. All bulls all the time. All 3 have long necks and long schlongs. Good. Perfect. Jeez. So Satan. One of the apps I use a lot is called Bands in Town. And Bands in Town and Band Bond. And these two apps are basically, in the before times, they were how I would keep up with updates from music groups, because I don't love social media. I don't love Twitter. You can tell I fucking hate it. I'm very bad at it. And there's sort of a lot going on out there that that I really like. And so here we are. We're getting back to the end of the pandemic, and lots of stuff. And you can set different types of notifications. It might be more helpful for you, Viking Adventure. Yes, Steven. Hey, Steven, I am making my own channel. It's coming next week. It will be up. It'll be there. It'll be done, my man. So listen, let me tell you about the apps. Let me tell you about my diabetes. So we're coming back to a sense of normalcy. Shows are getting booked again. There's more going on, and this is really cool. But I got this update from a band that I follow, who I follow mostly for their aesthetic. They have this cool, weird, uncomfortable take on like a cult, a like Manson family cult with Satan. And they are they're called Church of the Cosmic Skull. And I've played some of their music on this show for you, and I probably will again. They do kind of like psychedelic stoner rock, but with an occult twist. And a lot of the occult music out there has this aspect. I don't know if it's, the drugs are bad. Hey, Jason, drugs are bad. And if you drop enough acid, you're going to see Satan. But here he is. He's the agent of counterculture again. And so, anything that's demonized, anything that's stigmatized, anything that's not understood or considered rebellious, Satan's going to show up. And so the other day, I couldn't help but notice it popped up on my phone, and the Church of the Cosmic Skull nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. They planned out exactly what the alert would look like on my phone. And so all you see are these terrifying eyes from one of the members. And I pulled down the notification on my phone and went, bah! Because there's this woman's face gazing into the depths of your soul with the message of Satan. And I thought, well, alrighty, I'm back. Let's fucking do this. Clay says, I've dropped enough acid to believe I was in Oz, and I never saw no Satan in there. That's fine. I'm just throwing it out there. So actually, do I have it here? I don't think I have the book here. Let me see. Blockbusters and trailers. No, I don't. One of my favorite sort of short reads is a book by a Canadian university writer, and it is about the manufacture of counterculture and subculture. And it literally talks about music and sort of some of the identities and the imagery and the lore that music has created as part of sort of the subculture and the identity that people kind of take to themselves when they decide that they are counterculture. And that's music and protest and rebellion in general, right? Satan kind of has a good fit with that. So before I hemorrhage all my listeners talking about this, I have some tracks tonight that fit in exactly with this. And I thought, since we've been talking a little bit about some of the bands that led the charge, and sort of, we have to acknowledge that our good buddy Satan has always kind of cropped up in and around metal. One of the things that somebody showed me the other day, and I've never really listened to the song, but that I kind of had to have a little nod about, and I'm sure many of you guys have seen it already, is there are quite a few mainstream pop artists, rap artists, who are now trying to borrow some of this imagery to give themselves an edge. And it's very interesting, because here are these, what's the name of that counter? I'm going to go in the other room and I'm going to try and find it for you, Gabriel. I'll try, I have it. Subculture, I'll find it. It's in the other room. I really love it. It's got this awesome this sort of like pop graphics cover on it. It's a really good book. But anyways, doesn't matter. I am going somewhere with this. I swear to God, as I ramble about Satan, and everybody who's watching the show is like, fuck this shit, and gets out of here. Give us the music. Cripes. Remember, at some point you did come here to learn things. But so here are these rappers, and here's a bunch of sort of completely innocuous artists who are starting to really bring satanic imagery into their vibe. And, this is dividing the world. Lots of people think this is the sign of the end times and this is the Illuminati and we're all going to die because somebody, put Satan in their music video. And other people are saying this is the inevitable. Anytime what is considered counterculture or subculture gets too fucking boring, somebody goes, well, let's throw some Satan up in this bitch. And everybody kind of comes around to the trying to make it cool to be demonic, or trying to make it cool to be edgy, or trying to make it cool to kind of adopt some of the imagery that comes around Satan. And the reality is we created Satan. However you believe in religion, Satan is a foil for our, creator God. And that's fine. But what he represents is our inability to follow rules properly. And in a lot of ways, our inability to, I say we as everyone, because I am Legion. Okay, listen, I'm allowed to do it. Let me wax on. This is my show. But the reality is, humans created it as context. That's where all of these myths come from. For Odin, there is, if you take out one of the A from Satan, it becomes Stan, and it's not quite as scary. And if you're dyslexic, he's Santa. So I bring it up just because he's never going to be separated from music. He's never going to be separated from culture. And it's this weird thing where we have one version of Satan who's utterly terrifying and epitomizes all of the things that we think of as evil. And whether or not you believe in a floating man in the sky or whatever the case may be, there are people who are in their soul evil. You know that. But then we have this cartoon Satan that pops up anytime music gets really hard, or people are very angry, or they feel ostracized or disincluded, or they feel like they've fallen from grace and they're disappointed in themselves and raging at the world about it. And a lot of that comes through in music. So I thought, let's go back to the beginning of all of it. I don't always play Venom. I don't. They're kind of cheesy. And, it's been a long time. But arguably, Venom... Yeah, I mean, Venom was there at the beginning of it all. And arguably, Venom picked Satan because they knew that this imagery, this counterculture, would get everybody's titties in a knot. They knew it. And so in 1978, they started what arguably has become one of the more prevalent looks in heavy metal. The leather, the spikes, the songs about his darkness and being really evil. This was Venom in late 70s that started this. And in a lot of ways, black metal came from this. And a lot of people really don't like them because it's cheesy, it's unrefined, and honestly, it's meant to be over the top. It is meant to be so ridiculous in its Satan that you can't help but kind of feel like you're in on the joke. And I thought, fuck it, let's do it, because it is important. It's an important part of metal history, and every now and again, they have a track that really fucking rips. And so I'm actually going to play something that's very new. I'm going to play something off an album from 2017, and it is Venom Inc., which is a couple of the members from the original 1970s through 90s Venom getting back together. I'm going to play a track called Ave Satanas, because of course I am. And then I promise we will get up and we will pull ourselves out of the darkness. I've got so much more to play for you tonight. I got some cool, spacey, psychedelic guitars and prog metal. I got some Viking power. And I got a little bit of everything in between. So it's going to be a great night. I'm glad if you're here hanging out with me. I've apparently scared everybody away by talking about Satan. But of course I have. For a while there, please remember that everybody believed that Satan was backwards in Pink Floyd. And that if you dropped enough acid and you went to Oz, you would see him if you listened to the music. And then, Freddie Mercury and Elvis's hips, that was the devil. So just remember, you listen to music, you're interested probably in things that are not necessarily the norm. And that's fine. You're fine. It's all fine here now. Let's do some weird, new, old, Satan-y Venom Inc. Yes. Yes. There you go. So, we have to get our proper Sataning in. Hey, kitty girl, Corbin's hopped in. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, if I scared a bunch of you away, which I might have, we were just celebrating the fact that when it comes to music and it comes to sort of what is counterculture and what is rebellious, Satan always pops up, doesn't he? He's kind of ridiculous, but he's also kind of this big joke in a lot of ways, too. And so, Venom makes a lot of music that is very Satan-centric, and it fucking rips. Some of it. But so the book that I was talking about earlier, and I went to go get it from the other room, it's called Subculture, The Meaning of Style. And so I promise this isn't a university lecture, but I really enjoyed this book, and it's something that has stuck with me. I picked it up actually based almost solely on the cover. But so what it's essentially, yes, he's blessing other chats with his bad choices. And that's fine. Shane doesn't have to be here. I recognize, I recognize that a lot of people just choose not to come to my show. And I know that. I wish that I could properly make everybody love everything that I did, but I can't. And so I know a lot of you prefer a talk style show. So you would probably love Orlev with The Discomfort Zone, or Clay with Philosophy and Coffee, or Ron with Clown World, or pretty much any of the other shows, not mine. But I do love to play music. I love to talk about weird shit, and this is one of them. So this book, Subculture, The Meaning of Style, I picked it up, and it's actually about a lot of the development of sort of punk. And yes, it is Iced Earth. I have a love-hate with them because obviously John Schaefer is a bit of a fucking dingus. And so I was actually thinking of bookending an Iced Earth song right next to that one as sort of like the dichotomy of good and evil, but I bowed out tonight. But so let me finish this. So it does look a little bit like Gary Glitter, but this is actually more about sort of the 70s, 80s sort of punk beginnings and rock and roll. And it's specifically, this book talks about how the youth drive subculture, the youth develop context around what is beautiful, what is rebellious, what is uncomfortable, what is sort of everything, like Marxism and structuralism and just it's a really great read. It follows a lot of music subcultures and where they came from and what kind of meaning they have for people and for youth. And so it talks from everything from like Rastafarianism to punk. It talks about glam and glitter, rock and roll. It talks about all sorts of things. And just basically how subcultures inside music shape us as humans and how we interact with the world. It is a great little book. Now, let me see when it was written. That's a good fucking question. It's a good question. It's a good question. But probably, let's see. First published in 1979, reprinted in 1987, and I've been reading it since then. So it has missed out on a lot of the more modern music, and I always kind of wonder, I always come back to this book and I read some of the ideas that started here about music and wonder, what would this motherfucker think about all of the music that I listen to and all of the music that's happening, even popular music today, because popular music certainly is a weird and uncomfortable topic, isn't it? Most of us don't listen to popular music. I don't actually know anyone that listens to popular music. The only reason it's popular is because the powers that be try and make it popular and put it in your heads. So that's not what you're going to get tonight. Now, we're already halfway through the stream. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Fullforce Radio. It is a metal extravaganza. You can't stop the metal. But you can. You can just pause my stream or leave, and then you won't have it anymore. But what you can do is hang out with me tonight, and I got lots of music. So let's continue. You missed half. It's okay. You can always go back. You can rewatch episodes. You can watch them. I'm going to be actually posting them through Vim TV. You can watch them on YouTube. You can check them out on Twitch as a replay video on demand. Same on Vim. You know, I'm working on getting them up as podcasts, so you can listen to them on Spotify or on Oriel.app. You are going to have all of the options. And then, you know what? If you missed it, you just need to come earlier next time. So if you're watching somewhere, I don't know, get notifications. Come hang out with me. We're fucking fun. I'm actually putting together a deep dive show on Cannibal Corpse. I'm thinking of doing another proto-metal show. There's lots of stuff coming down the pipes. And I'm hoping that I can reach out to some relatively famous Vancouver musicians and really start kind of having some fun with it. So whatever, bitches. Let's talk about bouncing back from that, because the reality is anytime I kind of cram a bunch of really oppressive Satan in your ears. Oh, you were drinking with an elderly gentleman and his dog. That sounds so fun and so awesome. That sounds excellent. You have to tell Eldritch's Pig. I mean, Pig might actually be watching. He just might be watching on Vim, but Vim is very quiet. It says there are people watching on the Vim stream, but nobody's said anything over from Vim. Oh, well. So listen up, kids. Listen up. I'm going to play something kind of from the flip side. Now, there's a band that I've played for you on this show before, and they often come up when we talk about prog or we talk about music that really uses piano effectively. And their band, they create some really, really incredible stuff. Yes. Oh, you guys are talking about Vonnegut, or should I say Kurt Vonnegut? because I know how much that you guys love it when his name is said like that. But yeah, so lots of cool things being read in chat. And well, you guys are talking about books, which I would love for you to do. I'm going to play something by this band. You don't want me to say Vonnegut? Vonnegut? Oh, triggering my audience and driving away all of my watchers is one of my, it's a superpower. Okay, bye! Rotten bean soup. That sounds delicious. Is that like kind of like kimchi, but not? Vonnegut. All right, so let's continue on because I want to do this. Voyager, I play a lot off this album. They released a new album. I played you some music off it, which was Colors in the Sun in 2019. Great album. But my favorite album of theirs, and they're all really good, is an album called Ghost Mile from 2017. And I've played quite a few tracks off it, and that's not going to stop. I'm going to play you a track that's a little more positive, believe it or not. But it's a take on the idea that... It is a take on the fact that we all get sad sometimes, and that's natural. And you can really turn around and just realize that it's not just misery loves company, but misery is only company. It's fine. It's going to come around. It's going to be in your life. And when it is, it's company for you. And when it's time to leave, it'll leave again. But this track is beautiful. It's got those sweeping pianos. It's prog, great guitars, really high, bright, and upbeat. It's awesome, and it's the perfect fit for right after Venom. And then I've got some more cool stuff for you tonight. I have some sort of atmospheric post-black metal. I've got some crazy space prog, instrumental rock and roll. I have got a great track by a band called Mustache for like 70s cheese rock and roll, and something brand new from Unrequited, who is one of my favorite sort of post-black artists. So long story short, lots of cool music all over the spectrum. Yes, there'll even be a little bit of a monomarth because I want to talk a little bit about that too. Lots of good stuff. I got 40 minutes. I got to put it all in your ears with extreme force. Just remember, misery is only company, but tonight I'm your company for like almost another hour. It's fucking awesome. You're my company. Hooray! Yes. A magical track, don't you think? And it's got that jang 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 because, of course, that is Gent Leaning. A band called Voyager, an album called Ghost Mile. It's a damn gooder. Now, unfortunately, I will have to just cut it off because it is a gapless playback album. So it's one of those ones where I think I've got time and I'm talking over the, beautiful music and then next song. So, All right, so hey, welcome to Full Force Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. I had to think about it. But it's because there's a lot of chat going on. This is a fun show. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, I can see you all over the place. Say hi wherever you might want to be if you want to chat. If you don't want to chat, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. I'm here to entertain you. Is it radio? Is it live streaming? I don't know. Who cares? Doesn't matter. So I've got Lady, what are we calling her? Lady Crimitrescu. There I am with my gigantic vampire boobies and fabulous hat up on the screen over there. And actually, I'm not going to lie. If I could dress like that every day, I absolutely would. I would love to be some kind of like old-timey yet empowered Victorian broad who swears and drinks too much and plays really loud, uncomfortable music while stomping about and scaring the piss out of people in a haunted house. It'd be delightful. It'd be great. That's probably not at all what what this particular game is about, but in my mind, it is. It's mine now. So hey, deal. Let's continue on. So tonight we've been talking a little bit. You know what? We were talking about this earlier. When I lean into the camera, you can kind of see it's gingery, but this is like real life. I'm a daywalker. If I step back and I'm not in too bright of light, it's not too red. I can pass. I can pass for a brunette, depending. But yeah, if we're out in the sun together, yeah, it's pretty red. So, it's almost like my name Crimson Clad is because I'm always wearing red wherever I go. What? But hey, so here's the cool thing. I have more music for you tonight, and that last track was excellent, and I have more excellent music for you. I want to be your dommy vampire mommy. Sure, except I do not want to be your actual mother. Yeah, my beard! Oh! Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. We're all pirates now. I shaved, so my beard tonight isn't coming in red, which is good. Because here's the thing, with this new camera, you could see everything. You could see the fact that I don't actually have a full eyebrow, so I draw the top of it in. I'm very insecure about my eyebrows. I know that someday Clay and What's Up are going to be talking about my drawn-in eyebrows. What can I say? Listen, it was a tragic monster truck accident. Many of you guys have heard the story, so I'm not going to tell it again. Now, listen up. I was going to play some Amon Amarth tonight, and there's a reason for this, and we actually touched on it already without knowing about it. And that is, well, I fucking love Amon Amarth. My back patch on my battle vest is Amon Amarth. I sacrificed my glasses, my vision, in the quest for knowledge, much as Odin did. And also, they just make great, fun, awesome music. But the reason this came up is because I'm also a bit of a comic book nerd. I don't love where we're going with entertainment now. I know everything in the world is like a Marvel movie or a comic movie now. And I'm not in love with it, but some of them are done really well. And I want to know if any of you guys, any of you fabulous people, are any of you watching The Boys? I'm curious. This is not, this is kind of an edgy take on anti-superhero, and I believe it's a TV show. It might be Amazon. I don't know. Let me know if you're watching it. I want to know what you guys think about it. But I bring this up because, and let me find the tweet for you. But up. This was really cool. I saw this week, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Let me pop it in chat. Here you go. Amon Amarth, in one of the newer comics that's out there, there is a big full-page panel of Thor feeling sorry for himself, because this is part of Thor's kind of origin story as he goes through a period of unworthiness, and he's trying to discover who he is and his place in the universe, and how he's going to save people and, whatever. And so, and, he's not sure if he should be in the Avengers, and he's going through a real pitying period. And here is, in this comic book, this fuck off giant big panel, and Thor is wearing an Amon Amarth shirt. And I saw this and I thought, that's the coolest thing. That is the coolest thing. I would have lost my mind if I flipped over a comic book and I saw a character in there wearing a shirt from one of my favorite bands. And I did. So this is really cool. And I just thought, man, I'm easily entertained, God damn it. But I thought that was really, really cool. And so I thought, man, if that's not a sign to play some Amon Amarth, then absolutely nothing is. So I thought we'd play something off the newest album, because it's a perfect fit for. Oh, it wasn't supposed to play. I came a little early there. It's off the newest album called Berserker, and that came out in 2019. And it has got, actually, the last time that I saw them live, and the last time I lost the glasses in the mosh pit, was in support of that album, the Berserker tour. And so actually, this shirt that I'm wearing tonight, this Amon shirt, is from that tour, that album. And so it says Vikings, Raise the Shield Wall, because that's one of my favorite tracks off this new album, this brand new album. And I've played it for you guys a bunch of times and you've heard the story. But there's another song on this album that is chef's kiss, the perfect fit for this scenario. Here is Thor in this comic book wearing his Amon Amarth shirt. And I thought, let me play an Amon Amarth track about Thor. Right? So I'm going to play you a track called Crack the Sky. We are all going to raise our horns, and it just makes me happy. I don't know if this is just all of my nerdery coming together at once, but I'm fine with it. I'm fucking fine with it. So that's what we're going to do. It's Full Force Radio. I still have half an hour left. I have so much music to play tonight. Oh my God. We're not going to get to any of it. Oh, I suck at this. Man, oh man. On the plus side, I anticipate one more month and we'll be back to 3-hour Full Force Radio shows. So if that's something you want to see, please let me know. Please let me know. And I will do my best to please you. To please you. All right, so here you go. It's a track called Crack the Sky. My name is Crimson. This is Full Force Radio. It's here on Thursday nights. You can go to fullforce.rocks, and that'll have a countdown to the next live show. Or you can go to pretty much anywhere, but I highly recommend mspwaves.com or VimTV or Theta. Fuck it, I don't care. If you hang out with me, it's cool. You're cool. We're cool. Thor's pretty cool. Yes, there you are, my friends. Crack the Sky off the newest Amon Amarth album, a track all about Thor. So listen, we're bouncing around. We're playing, yes, are all the meme clips going to be on my site also? Yes. And interestingly enough, on the Fullforce Radio site, there are already some there, but they're really poorly laid out, and I'm actually working on getting a proper carousel and sliders. So every time you guys make something, because you guys make so much cool shit, you make so many hilarious photoshops of me and cool content, and I can never thank you enough for it. So yes, I am actually building out places on both sites, the Cyberbuzz and the Fullforce Radio, where they'll be featured. And then also on the main Crimson Clad site. Round Bear Games, how are your beans? Tell us about your beans. Tell me about your beans. And so on the main site, then I will be featuring some of them there too. So the reality is, let's talk briefly about this. So right now, fullforce.rocks is the website for this show. You can go there. You'll see a countdown to the next live show. You'll see links to the last video. You will... fucking hell, Ron. You will find all the places you can watch. You will find, all of the things that you need for Full Force Radio will be there. I'm working on a companion Cyberbuzz site, and everything will be connected with Crimson Clad, the main site. And a shop will be there for merchandise from both shows, Crim merch. And then at the same time, also you're going to be able to buy art prints and photography there. And for the art prints and photography, anything that's sold from there, whether it's you guys or just randoms who are looking for beautiful photos, parts of that are... It's too much work. It's way too much work. Give up on all your dreams. Part of that is... proceeds, parts of everything that I sell there are going to go towards some of my favorite rescues, which is partially a promise for all of the cool stuff that I am building, but partially a segue into one of my other comments. So here's the deal. One of my favorite events every year is called BC Distilled. And of course, the pandemic has been harshing my alcoholic vibe. BC Distilled is an event where all of the distilleries, and the lurker that is listening. Am I allowed to call you by your name, lurker, since you are listening and we're messaging back and forth in the background? We usually go together, and it's one of our favorite events, and it's full of alcohol. And the reality is the pandemic has taken that from us for 2 years. Your hopes and dreams, get rid of them. So Distilled, I haven't been able to go. All of the distilleries in BC get together, and it is a tasting and a judging of basically craft alcohols, gin, vodka, and then in the last couple years, whiskeys and things like sort of specialty spirits, and it's so much fun. But part of the reason that it's so excellent is not just that it's full of alcohol. I'm full of alcohol. He's typing, so now I'll find out if I can call him by his name. Just your first name, or I'll call you a nickname. You can be Adam. He's Adam. All right, so Adam and I usually go. And so we've been through many an insane food or booze related event. Just get in the fucking chat on YouTube or something. Change your name. Everybody knows that you're lurking. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Whatever. So this event is full of alcohol. It's 3 hours. All you can drink. You can taste anything from any distillery, multiple types of alcohol. And then you can vote. You can vote on it. And so one of the reasons that this is great, other than the fact that it's unlimited alcohol for 3 hours and they feed you delicious food, is that proceeds from this go towards PADS, which is the Pacific Assistance Dogs. And so that is dogs that are trained for people with disabilities or, who need a guide dog, or do you have meat sack war people listening? Yeah, I do. I actually have quite a few friends that listen. Not a single one of them will admit that they listen. None of them will come. And it's sort of this like 50-50 thing where half of them don't want to be talked about. So I can't really talk about them because they're very, very, adamant that they don't get drawn into my insane online life. And the other half of them think I'm an idiot and don't want anything to do with my shows. So it's, but back to the assistance dogs. So Distilled has raised over $21,000 in the past years of events. And this year, they weren't able to do distilled, and they weren't able to do it last year. So they have been looking for ways to continue their charitable contributions, even though we can't just all go together and fall in a big pile in a room at the Croatian Cultural Center in Vancouver and get stupid drunk. Now, next year, it's going to be on April 9th, 2022. But this year, they've come up with something fun. And that is essentially, let me see if I can find the link for you. That is, assistance dogs are just sled dogs for blind people. Kind of. I agree, but I also think that those dogs have a lot more oversight and care that's put into their training and their treatment versus a working animal in a sledding facility or something like that. But that's a topic for another time. Forget it. Don't get me on the treatment of dogs. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. So what these guys are doing is they are getting 5 distilleries from across BC to put out limited edition bottles, and $45 of the sale of each bottle will go to Pacific Assistance Dogs, which is fucking cool. So I get to buy alcohol. And I get to support working dogs that work in a much more regulated industry versus dogs and women get treated the same, like fucking royalty, I hope. And you know what? Women, take it or leave them. But dogs, you better treat dogs good. Now, I bring this up because one of them is called Sir Paws-a-Lot Cask Strength Whiskey. It's called Sir Paws-a-Lot, and I haven't seen the bottle yet, but I'm assuming it has a little dog in like knight's armor or like a fantasy dog. I don't know what it is, but it's cask strength whiskey. I must have it. I must have it. One of the other bottles, let me tell you. One of the other bottles is a Master Distillery Series custom single cask bourbon double wood finished in a mezcal barrel. Whew. So, hopefully in the next week, before all of this sells out, I will be able to return to you with some sort of helpful dog alcohol. Now, the other reason that I bring this up is because I am in the process of adopting another dog, which I'm very excited about. And I would like all of you to cross your fingers and your toes, put your fingers up your nose, hope for me, because I've already gone through the interview. That went stellar. I've already gone through the home inspection. That went stellar. I am just now... Or it's a huge dog in a fedora as a shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Maybe. But I mean, could you really like Sir Mix-a-Lot in a cask? Maybe if we like try to turn a huge cask into a huge ass. I don't know. We're gonna come back to that. But the reality is I'm working on adopting another dog. It's really important to me. Yeah, Crim's getting all hot and bothered reading whiskey labels. Hashtag just full force things. Yeah, I mean, basically. Whiskey's delicious, and I like dogs. That's full force in a nutshell. Slam some fucking anal Nathrak and some Amon Amarth on top of that, and it's boom! There's your show. But in any case, I'm hoping to have, by next week, A, news that I'll be getting a new dog, and B, a very fancy bottle of delicious, helpful whiskey of some sort. And yes, plants. So many plants. So, now... let's continue on because we've only got 20 minutes and I have 7 songs. We're not going to be able to play any of these. In fact, if I even play 3 of them, that is the rest of the night in a row. So that's what we're going to do. I am going to play you a new track by Unrequited, an artist that I love. And I'm going to actually drop some of the new merchandise and the limited edition pink vinyl in chat because it's beautiful. This is black, atmospheric, upbeat, and depressive at the same time. It's beautiful music, and I actually put it on while I was running the other day. And if you were following me on Twitter, I said I feel like I could fly when I run to Unrequited. It's beautiful music. It's a perfect fit for Full Force Radio. One of my favorite artists. Highly recommend you check them out. And of course, turn it up. Oh, this just hurts my soul with how beautiful it is. Fuck. In a good way. There you go. Honestly, I love everything Unrequited does. And I'm wondering if I can maybe try and sneak something with that in a future show. But because poor Round Bear Games, you got your proper music and shout out, and also the album cover for that is beautiful too. Anyways, go follow on Twitter, follow their entire discography, his entire discography. It's so good. It's so fucking good. It's all instrumental and it's just, I'm so looking forward to that album. So I'm hoping I can get one of the pre-ordered vinyls. But because poor Round Bear got covered up by Lady Crimitrescu, I'm going to fire your notification again. I have to fix that because you're Round Bear Mez. But you're now following and you're super cool. Thanks, Round Bear. All right, so let us continue on because we don't have that much time left in the show. I've already told you about all the dog stuff, and during the next track, I am going to try and look it up. I'm going to try and find that alcohol to show you, but I'm very excited, and like I said, I want to hopefully have this new dog, and I want you guys to all put your juju in out into the universe for me, because I feel like she's such a beautiful, perfect fit, and I'm really excited about it. I just need to hear back. Ginger Jugs, yeah, absolutely. Ginger Jugs is my is my name in the off season. So, knowing that we don't have a lot of time left tonight, I had so much great music. I had some stuff from Show Me a Dinosaur, from Rabbit Junk, New Artillery, which is some fun, like old school thrash power. All of that is going to get shunted off into the bucket of giant radio possibilities for a future night. That's fine. And that's okay. We'll come back to them. However, because we have to fit into tonight's show, I'm going to cut them for right now. Now, the other thing I'm going to cut, but I'm going to leave it in the playlist, it is actually the anniversary of Soundgarden's Black Hole Sun today. And I actually planned, Eldritz, you finally showed up. I'm pleased to have you here. But so there's a cover of Black Hole Sun by a band called the Acacia Strain. Now, the Acacia Strain is a really heavy, blast beat driven, growling, 3 guitars, like kind of intense new sort of metal. And so their version of Black Hole Sun is a bit horrific and disjointed, and it's quite different than a lot of the emotion that comes through in the original Black Hole Sun. And I thought I would play it for you tonight. However, we don't have enough time. I want to play 2 more tracks, and we're going to go over anyways. So for those of you who are listening here on MSP Waves, I'm going to get cut off right at the top of the hour, because that's how our schedule works. But for those of you who are watching on any of my streams, wherever that may be, Vim TV, or one of the others, Twitch, Theta, Trovo, YouTube, wherever you might be watching, we'll continue on just a teeny bit over time because I want to fit these last 2 songs in. And if you go to my website or you check me out on Spotify, you'll be able to find this version of Black Hole Sun on tonight's playlist. So you can listen to it. Let me know what you guys think. It has to go in here because it's just this is the anniversary. It's got to be tonight or no time at all. So what I promised that I would play for you is a band called Mustache, and they are I love them. They're rock and roll. They're not metal at all. Oh, thank you. And here's the thing, Corbin, and I'll say it to everybody, and I'm okay with admitting this. I do a lot of volunteer work. I do volunteer work with like charitable groups for certain illnesses, but I also do a lot of volunteer work around animal rescue. And this particular dog is at an animal rescue that I've never worked with and I don't have any connections with. So I'm not used to applying for a dog. This is going to sound so privileged. I normally walk in and I'm like, guys, I need a dog. And they're like, hey, and they fucking throw a dog at me. And that's it. There's no formal adoption. Murphy was sent to me on the ferry. I didn't even ask for him. I didn't pick him out. They were like, you need a dog. We're sending you a dog. Now, so for me to have to go to a rescue and be like, I promise you I'm cool and I'm awesome. Just give me a dog. Like, I'm not used to proving myself. It's quite annoying, actually. Trust me, I'm great. Give me the dog. Your finest mutt, please. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have to go through the proper channels because it makes sense. A dog is a family member, or any animal that you adopt to become part of your family. You need to be prepared to treat them the exact same as you would another human. And the reality is a rescue is doing their due diligence. But God damn it, give me my dog. So we will continue on. So this band, Mustache, you guys know I love old Motorhead. I love, late 70s rock and roll. I love stoner. I like psychedelic. I love bands like Clutch. I love that just slightly hillbilly, not full rondon slide into banjo country. But I love that 70s attitude, just big old fucking mustaches. And Mustache, that's really the sound that they kind of embody. But they're actually from Sweden. They're a rock and roll band from Sweden, and there are a number of bands from Sweden. If they're not Gothenburg death metal, they are 1970s psychedelic classic hard rock and roll. Thunder Mother is an all-female band. There's a bunch, and I could even put a whole playlist together that's just that. Well, Mustache is that as well. So for those of you who live and breathe for blast beats and growls and the depths of winter tearing at the edges of your soul, this won't be for you. But this is a perfect track, and it's basically about, it's brand new. It's a release from 2021, and it is a song called Contagious. Now, when it's written in a pandemic, you would think that this is about COVID, but it's not. It's about dealing with a world that has COVID in it. And the song is about how when you start laughing, it becomes contagious. And all you got to do is laugh this shit off, because that's how we got to deal with a world like ours. It is a perfect fit for tonight. It's the second to last song, penultimate, if you want a good $3 word. My name is Crimson Glad. This is Fullforce Radio, and I love playing music like this for you. So hopefully you will take this and with the spirit in with which it is played for you. And that is that, God damn it, sometimes you just got to laugh. It's one of those tracks where it ends and I'm like, "Ah!" I love it. I mean, listen, that's it. The world we live in is dangerous, but when you're laughing, it is contagious. You know, you can pray for wonders, but they're not going to save you. Just, you know what, man? Laugh it off. You are stronger than this. And God, that's a good track. I love... Mustache writes these songs about how the world fucking sucks, and at the same time, that's okay because you're not going to be beat down by it. And some of you guys might remember one of their other songs that I play fairly often. It's a fuck you track. It's a power track. It's a pump up track. It's a fight track. And it's called Thank You for the Demons. And it's literally about how people who come for you and kick you and like break you down, they're just making you stronger. But the scars that you gave me, they made me look cool. So I thank you for the demons. And their whole album base is just it. If there was anybody who's just running around like, ah, it would be Mustache. And they're good peeps, and I really like that new album. I'll probably play some music for you in the coming weeks. So here we are. We're at the end of the show. I'm gonna get cut off for MSP Waves. I was gonna try and time it for you guys, but the reality is I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail, and then you're gonna fail, and then we're all gonna fail, and it's gonna be real sad. So with the 1 minute left in the show, I'm gonna kind of catch up with all the stuff that we talked about tonight. Kitty Girl made that. She's here in the chat. She made that. Milk truck just arrived. Are you gonna arrest my boobs? I don't know how you would handcuff them. I'm sure Lacey, if she was still around, Lacey could probably suggest some sort of apparatus for that. But so listen, my name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. I think you only get stronger if you kick first. You know what? 50-50, Rombear. 50-50. There are people who are always strong from the get-go, and they are always on top. And then there are people who have to learn to be strong. And the world will respect you either way, as long as you stand up for yourself and people who need you to stand up for them. So, listen, here we are at the end of MSP Waves. So if you're in the Discord, bye. Mwah. But for the rest of you who are still here watching on the YouTube or any of the other streams, Vim TV, over on Twitch or wherever, we have one more song tonight. I promised you huge, out of control, space rock and roll guitar extravaganza. And I can't not share that with you. So I'm going to play an artist, again from Sweden. I figured, fuck it, let's just roll with this. And so I'm going to play you something from this heavy space rock band from Gothenburg. It's so funny because so many bands from Gothenburg are known for a death metal sound, but there are some killer, like, classic rock and roll bands coming out of there. And so the band that I'm talking about is not Mustache, surprisingly, but it's called Yuri Gagarin from Sweden. Not the person, the band. And they create incredible space rock. And the covers of all of these albums are very much like something you would see in the crypto art NFT space. Psychedelic, brightly colored space astronauts. It's awesome shit. And so I thought, this is it. We gotta do this. Like, how can you not go out on a high note like that? So I am going to, I'm going to play this track for you guys. It's 8 minutes long. It's a long one, and then we will be all done for the night. Full Force has been so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't go anywhere. You need to listen to this track. It's called At the Center of All Infinity. I'm not saying that's me. That's what you'll find at the center of all infinity, but it is hard to get rid of me. Turn this up because this is a banger. It's a banger. Here on Full Force Radio. I snuck that beer in. Yeah, there you go, man. I hope you had a lot of fun tonight. This was a killer playlist. Oh, alrighty. So, hey, we have come to the end of Full Force Radio. I finished my beer in Viking Adventure's honor. Oh, gosh. Right in time. And lots of great shit. So, no worries if you didn't catch more. The whole playlist is linked up above. I had a great time. Lots of fun music. My alarm's going off to let me know it's after the show. Well, good thing about that, because god damn it, we made it. So I will be back on Saturday for Cyberbuzz, and then next week I'll be back for Full Force Radio again. I am experimenting, playing a little bit more with gaming. I have another monitor. I've got this monitor. I've got that monitor. I've got this monitor that's going over here for coding, going on a base amount. I got more stuff hooked up. So listen, lots of things to come. And friendos, thanks for hanging out for Full Force Radio. I hope you have a fabulous night. I will see you later. If you want to watch the replay on demand, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Twitch, or you can go to Vim TV. And I highly recommend Vim TV because they're awesome. They're decentralized.